Game begin.
And next up, we're going to have Help Yourself by Flathead Studios. And Help Yourself is a VR puzzle shooter in which you must work together with yourselves. And what that exactly means will be explained by Daniel after the trailer. So let's roll it.
Hi, I'm Dani from Flathead Studio, and I'm gonna tell you a bit about our game Help Yourself. Help Yourself is a virtual reality game where you solve action-packed shooter puzzles by cloning yourself and cooperating with your clones. The gameplay in Help Yourself is all about time loops and teamwork. But let me show you a video so you can see how it works. In the first time loop, I'm alone and I'm throwing the weapon into the middle of the map. Now, why would I do that? Because in the second time loop I can spawn in the middle and a helpful clone does everything I just did and throws the weapon to me. So over multiple time loops you cooperate with yourself by thinking ahead and probably fixing past mistakes. Hey everyone.
Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you.
Hi. The first thing I want to talk about is what makes our game unique, apart from the unique game mechanic, of course. So the puzzles in Help Yourself can be approached in various different ways. The interplay of multiple clones and also time loops often leads to hilarious and creative solutions in our game. What's also really important to us is replayability. To increase replayability, we are working on a level editor, so players can create and share their own levels and also play the creative levels of other players. And we also do have high scores in the game. So players have a motivation to replay levels, come back to hunt high scores, and compete for the top positions on our leaderboards. Our art style is a blend of hand-painted watercolors combined with digitally drawn hatchings, which gives the game a unique and organic look. And what's also really important to us is that the game is enjoyable for people new to VR or sensitive to motion sickness. That's why we designed Help Yourself so that there is no artificial locomotion like joystick locomotion in the game. Now, let's take a look at the team behind Help Yourself. We are Flathead Studio, a team of 4 developers. That's Melanie, Philip, Arnold, and myself, Daniel. Individually, the members of our team have already released games on Steam, such as the multiplayer party game Caravan Chaos, the first-person parkour game Beyond Shattered Isles, and also the VR action spellcaster Lodestone. We also do have 2 amazing freelancers helping us out with 3D art and audio. Now, back in July of 2020, we did release a prototype to SideQuest to overwhelmingly positive feedback. As you can see on the next slide, we do have over 35,000 downloads right now, and we are sitting at over 5,000 monthly active users. But what we are really proud of is that we are one of the best rated games on both SideQuest and the Oculus App Lab. We have a rating of 4.63 out of 5 stars on SideQuest and 4.81 out of 5 stars on Oculus App Lab. So to sum it all up, Help Yourself is a virtual reality puzzle shooter for the Oculus Quest, and you can play it right now. On the last slide, you can see the link to our website. That's flathead-studio.com, where there are all the links to SideQuest, App Lab, and our Discord. You can also find us on Twitter. That's @weareflathead, and we're also on TikTok.
Let's hear some of the feedback from the jury and some of the questions that you might have.
I'm loving that everyone here is on TikTok. Makes me very happy. Congrats on the positive reception of your demo build, the prototype build that you've already just published on SideQuest and App Lab. That seems to be going very well for you. A general question about content, since you made the focus or partial focus on user-generated content. What's the current plan when it comes to developer-focused content? So obviously you need a significant player base or user base to start off with to really warrant user-generated content from the start. So I'm just curious what you've planned in terms of scope for the game upon release.
We're currently planning to have about 3 hours of main story-based content in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perfect. And that's a rather streamlined puzzle campaign, effectively.
Yeah. Like, if you played Superhot, we are probably in that manner of level progression and order.
Sweet. All right. And the current setup that you've implemented, I've unfortunately not played the build, the demo build that's available. Is that room scale VR, or what kind of requirements come with the game?
So it's room scale, but you can also play standing. Like you don't need to move around that much. So
Mhm.
play space of 1 by 1 meter is probably enough to play it.
Got it. So there's no active player movement
No,
besides,
like
well, turning around your axis.
we have teleportation.
Mhm.
From we have an overview, and then you teleport into the level to specific spawn points. But that's the only movement we have.
I have a question. Have you explored location-based VR, working with VR rooms and VR arcades and the like?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
We have not looked into that.
I think it's an interesting path to look when you look at VR in general.
Okay.
Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, similar for the user-generated content and mod side of things. I'd encourage you to look at Overwolf and Mod.io. They both provide tools and infrastructure for modding and UGC. And sort of riffing a little bit on Chris' comment, they also have sort of creators and sort of users of their own platforms that when they see a new game being added, they kind of go and start building stuff and checking it out. So it's kind of almost a reverse way of getting some users and attention. So I'd encourage you to check those tools out as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Renee, we do see you, so it seems like you also had a question.
Yeah, actually, I was going to make a comment.
Yeah.
If you're Oculus Quest compatible, I think that's a really compelling part to include in your pitch, just talking about how large that market is growing and how few items are actually on that store space right now. I assume that any publisher you'll be talking to will be fairly familiar with the VR space, but I think it's still worthwhile talking about, especially when you compare it to other experiences that are on that such a small storefront right now.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. I think that wraps it up for now. Thanks a lot again, Daniel, and good luck later on.